Hey sweethearts, welcome back to my channel. This is Loveland. You can call me LAR'RIS, and here I create content for lovers and sweethearts. If you identify as a lover or a sweetheart, then what I have to say is for us. Popping on really fast to just say something about love and imagination, love and fantasy, love and reality. And I just want to say this. For me, sometimes there were times where I think I was a little imbalanced, maybe idealistic when it comes to how things work, how relationships should work, how love should work in relationships, and how interactions with people should work. And I was oftentimes disappointed when things didn't work the way they should work. You know, the ideal situation, the ideal dynamic between me and another person, or even if it wasn't me, even if I was just looking on into someone else's life and just wanting the best for them and hoping for the best for them, and just really disappointed that things for them were unfolding the way that they were in their personal relationships. And I remember way back in the day, I was dating this guy, friends with this guy. This is like, oh my gosh, like I was so young. I'm still young, but I was so young. And like high school. And he told me that, like, my idea that he told me I wanted a fantasy. He said, what you want is not even real. That's not reality. That's a fantasy. And perhaps it was a little idealistic. I can't even remember what I was describing to him. But when I really think about it, what I've wanted in all of my relationships, to me, it's not ideal at all. It's basic. It's common. It's human decency. It's just to be treated a certain type of way that to me seems very basic. You know, things like respect, things like honor, things like reciprocation, things like consideration, things like showing love and not just saying you love a person, or things like saying you love a person and not withholding affection and not withholding expression of your love for that person. Things like just showing up for people. I don't think that's idealistic. I think that's like regular, normal stuff. Now, mind you, again, when this came up between me and, you know, a guy friend of mine way back in the day, I don't remember exactly what we were talking about. I think I wanted him to, you know, I can't remember. And even if I could remember, I probably wouldn't share but so much of it here because, but anyway, the point is, as a lover or a sweetheart, sometimes what we think is the way things should be may be perceived as idealistic or fantasy by others. Shoot, it might even seem like a fantasy to you, like something that's not real to you. But I feel like that's the thing that makes us unique too. As a loving person, one of the things that I also hold on to is like faith and hope. And does that make me a little OD, a little over the top, a little doing too much when it comes to love? I'm sure it does. Like, yes, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I have hope for love. I have faith for love. I have an expectation of love. And if that expectation, or if that desire, or if that hope, or if that you know, belief really in love makes you feel like what I'm desiring or what I'm asking for, or what I'm seeking is idealistic, unattainable, a complete fantasy, then maybe we're not on the same page. Because again, what I imagine love to be is something that's very basic, and a basic human need, and how it shows up and how it manifests and how we create it in our lives. It just depends on our personality, the people in our lives, the situations, the dynamics. But there's always a way to express and show love. There's always a way to show up in love. Even, you know, sometimes we have hard situations that we have to work through. We have hard relational dynamics that we have to work through. And we may not be able to show up 100% like we fully want to, because the nature of the relationship necessitates like boundaries and other things in place for protection and just to safeguard ourselves or even to safeguard the other person. But that doesn't mean we're being loopy in la la land and in a fantasy world and in something that doesn't really exist into something that's not real, because love is real. And it may be ideal for some, the expression of it, what it feels like, what it seems like, what it's like to have that life, a life of love flowing in and out of your life. For some people, it may not be something that they can identify with. It may not be something that they can even believe for, but we're lovers and sweethearts. That's what we believe in love. We believe in love. For us, it might be ideal. It may be idealistic, but it's not unrealistic, you know? So I just want to come on here and say, for me, sometimes I was probably over the top, you know, but we can work on that. We can scale back. You know what I'm saying? We can become a little bit more harmonized in our love approach and in our manner, the manner in which we conduct and carry ourselves. But that doesn't mean stop believing in love. And that doesn't mean adopt this mindset that I'm being idealistic or I'm being off into a fantasy world about love. No. Love is real. I'm real. You're real, right? We're real people. And love is within us. And we are lovers and sweethearts. And we love people. People have been loved by us. That's not idealistic. We're very real. And our love for people is very real. So I refuse to allow any thought or any critical idea or critical thought or person to try to cause me to believe that believing in love is a waste of time. Believing in love is idealistic and a fantasy. It's real. I'm a real person. And who love came from, the originator of love, is also very real. So when you put all that together, I'm just going to continue to believe in love and continue to pursue love. And I'm going to remain a loving, sweet person. This is not a fantasy. Love is real. Stay loving, stay sweet. I'll see you next time.